World of Warcraft Shadowlands is now finally upon us, and with it, I have many hopes and expectations. After over 100 hours on the beta, and after 2 expansions that I haven't been quite fond of, Shadowlands is actually looking to be incredible. Hello and welcome, I am Zabraxi. I've actually already made a video about some of my hopes for WoW Shadowlands. You can actually check the video up in the card above. If I pointed to the right side, I think I did. Yeah. However, this time around, I'm going to be a little more specific because my last video, I was a bit vague and talked about some things that maybe didn't directly affect WoW gameplay. It's going to be different this time around. Also, I'm going to be releasing this video the day Shadowlands launches, so Monday, and it could serve as a pretty interesting time capsule, like a year from now to look back and go, what did we actually get? Does any of this come to fruition? That could be fun. So without further ado, I give you my top 5 hopes for WoW Shadowlands. Let's go. Starting off this list at number 5 is faction identity. The Covenant system is easily the most controversial inclusion in Shadowlands. Covenants have the potential to make or break this entire expansion, and while that's incredibly exciting, it's also equally terrifying. Whether we look at the pacing of the Renown unlocks, the Conduit grind, the Soulbind balance, each Covenant's unique weekly game mode, Covenant class abilities, Covenant pact abilities, the Covenant campaign, man, there's just so much going on with the system. Each of these elements I just described are all intertwined like a tree under this umbrella called Covenants. If this arrangement of activities and systems works out well, then Covenants could be a resounding success that helps shape the foundation of future expansions. However, any one of those mechanisms could break, and due to Blizzard's interconnected implementation, one break could shatter the entire framework of the Covenant apparatus as a whole. What I'm hoping for is that players' Covenant choice has that same level of importance that Aldor and Scryer did, while also having the role-playing impact of your class order hall. I want to be a Venthyr mage and have that identity really mean something. I want my Covenant campaign to paint the story of the Venthyr in a unique perspective that might provide context that only my faction sees, while the Night Fae observe the events of the story with details that I don't know of. For Covenants to work, they need to nail the pacing, but most importantly, they need to succeed in the identity of player choice. Not power, player choice. So Blizzard has officially implemented the Apexis grind in WoD, the Artifact grind in Legion, and the Azerite grind in BFA. I mean, eventually Blizzard's gonna run out of words that start with the letter A, but at least for now, in Shadowlands, it seems like we can finally dodge that grind. Anima. Damn it. Anima power, anima power, anima power. The moment we all saw that there was a currency named Anima at BlizzCon, we all collectively shuddered as we realized that there was yet another AP grind upon us. Thankfully, Anima isn't the grind that we had all feared it would be, or at least not as of beta. However, Blizzard has made the mandatory power grind of WoD and Legion and BFA an element that most players would like to, how do I say this gently, f off. Well, there goes this video's G rating. Despite Anima power not seeming like the return of yet another soul-crushing grind to modern WoW, we don't seem free just yet. Conduits have already changed to make the grind less frustrating, which could also be a bad sign for the future. Renowned pacing seems fine so far, but you just never know. Soul Ash, let's also not forget Soul Ash, since that's recently come to the forefront of many players' minds, since this currency allows you to, well, craft your legendaries. That's kind of a big deal. And then there's Stygia currency for your sockets. Actually, to be fair, having a deterministic way to achieve those two things is pretty cool, but I can't help but be incredibly skeptical. This is one of those nagging feelings that just kind of doesn't go away because you've been burned one too many times. Blizzard has toned back the Azerite grind only to introduce benthic gear in one patch and then the corruption system in the next. Right now, things are looking good in Shadowlands. My hope, though, is that they stay that way. I like grinding. Like quite a lot, actually. Like ARPGs are my favorite genre, arguably, next to JRPGs. But man, these contrived currency grinds for that power we keep getting, it's just so boring. Give us something other than power to grind for. World of Warcraft's horizontal progression sucks. If you don't know what horizontal progression is, it's the ability to unlock non-power benefits that still progress your character. Transmog, mount collecting, pet battle upgrades, unlocking rank 3 profession crafting, rank 4 of the... what is that thing called in BFA again? I already forgot. These are all examples of horizontal progression. World of Warcraft could learn so much from other games in this capacity because while everyone loves their transmog, the method of acquiring 99% of transmog items in WoW is just unacceptably boring. I have mentioned Guild Wars 2 a lot on this channel, and despite many people not liking that game for whatever reason or another, one thing stands for certain. Guild Wars 2 has the best horizontal progression of any MMO on the market. I would love WoW to create an entire collection achievement system where you have to solve puzzles in the world in order to unlock individual components of a new armor set. How awesome would it be to have some animal tamer transmog sets locked behind a cool pet battle dungeon? Let's introduce weapon skins that have quest chains that tied them to the telling of great stories of fallen heroes from those that are outside Azeroth. World of Warcraft has a real opportunity to embrace horizontal progression for real this time, and while it would require development time and effort, I mean, if ArenaNet can do it for Guild Wars with like a fraction of the staff, then Blizzard really has no excuse. Class identity might be one of the most important aspects of any class-based RPG. Imagine Dungeons & Dragons without large elements of class uniqueness. Imagine Monster Hunter's weapons without their massively different playstyles. Try to imagine World of Warcraft, where the only difference between a mage and a hunter is that hunters can move while casting. I mean, maybe that's not too far off. Shadowlands is looking to solve my criticism of class identity with the great unpruning. Not just that, though, as some classes have received some substantial design overhauls, such as the Enhancement Shaman, which is a blast to play, by the way. Slowly but surely, it appears that classes in Shadowlands are going to provide unique benefits and gameplay styles, and honestly, God, this has taken way too damn long to get to. Not every implementation of uniqueness and value, though, has been interesting. The fact that mage's major benefit to the raid is a buff that they cast once an hour? Yeah, I mean, it's not quite exactly what I'd call engaging. While still not all that exciting, debuffs like Chaos Brand from Demon Hunters guarantees a spot in the raid for one of that class. Since damage from that Demon Hunter applies the buff, it also motivates players to tag large groups of enemies in instant AoE rather than maybe set up their AoE, since all of your casters would then be losing 5% damage bonus on each of these targets. It's not a massive gameplay consideration with Chaos Brand, but it's a far more interesting mechanic relative to, say, Arcane Intellect. It's not perfect, but Blizzard seems to be on the right direction here. I just hope they don't stop. Shaman, for example, are looking to be the utility knife of the raid group once again, and it's thrilling to have the idea of a full support class back in the game. Despite how intoxicating that idea is, though, it only works if the whole game is designed around it. So, Blizzard, keep it up, my guy. Number 1 on this list is mostly due to general game design importance rather than how much I actually have to say on the topic. The return of a deterministic reward structure would hands down be one of the best revisions to World of Warcraft ever. It is almost deafening how many retail players praised the loot structure of classic WoW. Knowing what boss drops what item, and then the item's stats are set in stone with no chance to randomly upgrade, it sounds like it could be more boring, but in practice, it's far more exciting than anything Mythic Plus ever dropped. Even though gem sockets can still be random in Shadowlands, the fact that Blizzard implemented a way to deterministically force a gem socket via Soul Ash is great foresight and design. Legendaries this time around being a deterministic item rather than a slot machine from any and every activity in the game is a sigh of relief. Even the toning down of M+ gear, while frustrating for some, it seems like it will be a benefit to the game as a whole. I have not cared about gear in WoW for years. Several expansions. For the first time in a very, very long time, Shadowlands has me excited to grind gear again. I just want to remember an item name for once. Classic proved that a deterministic reward structure works, and it's fascinating to see modern WoW return to some of those roots. Roots that might provide good loot. Ooh, that was a bad joke. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate the fact that you took time to stop by and to get this far. Honestly, that means a lot. So if you did enjoy it, please hit that thumbs up button and let me know that you enjoyed the content, and subscribe if you want to see more WoW content. There's stuff on Classic, there's stuff on Classic TBC, there's stuff on Shadowlands here on the channel, and we're gonna give Shadowlands a shot. It's been fun in beta, so let's hope for the best. I'm hoping to have a grand old time. I'm going with a new guild with some old friends, so we'll see how that goes. But again, enjoy the expansion, happy gaming, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!